The update for this, Madam Chair and the rest of the board. So according to the representative that we were given advice that the ultimate decision is for the board members to close this case. Given that this is a really complex case, I know it took a while since 2019. I know we're already almost, how many years is this? Until 2026. So according to the legal that we spoke to, it's our Guam, it's our board members to make a final decision on this matter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So just for a backtrack on this case, this involved a public hospital involving a certain specific staff.
Mm-hmm.
We did hire a legal investigator off island to evaluate what was the limitations or deficiencies of the nurses involved. And on March of this year, 2026, the administrator from this public hospital did have a response to our request. If I can make a motion, Madam Chair and the rest of the board, if this is proper, if we can have more follow-up using the just culture. So using the just culture, you want to evaluate on a macroscopic and microscopic level. If it's a macroscopic level, it's going to involve the entire community, which is, I'm not sure if that's really possible. There's going to be involved more educational-wise, again, using the prevention of levels of care. So primary, secondary, tertiary. It would have to be the whole community of Guam to address the issue, not only in this specific case, but also to the other cases not particularly reported to us, if there is. On a microscopic level, we can have the public organization addressed in 3 ways. So the first one is targeting the organizational level. I want to follow up what did the organization did from 2019 until now. What interventions have they made? What changes have they done in their bylaws? On a unit-specific level, what, again, changes also made, what bylaws have been made, and what specific interventions that made changes? Did they hire a 24/7 pediatrician? Did they hire an intensivist? What models, evidence-based practice have they incorporated into their nursing routine care? So I want to ask the specific public hospital, their administration, to complete the total report. On a specific nursing side, it was identified basing from the off-island consultant. There was 2 nurses specifically targeted, not mentioned. They zeroed in on these 2 specific nurses. Maybe if you can have a specific report on them from their from the hospital administration and the unit-specific nursing manager on the status of report. What educational opportunities have they done? Have they completed any training, seminars in improving their competency? When we talk about safety, we can't just say we're only relying on or targeting just the actions of the nurses. You want to look at holistically, so organizational, unit-specific, and the individual staff nurses.
Okay, so they submitted a complaint against 2 nurses, PJ,
Yes.
in this, right? So I believe that's since 2019.
Yes.
So we asked the institution to give us a report regarding the complaint. Did they submit a report yet on their
They
findings?
just did a brief response, Madam Chair, along with their legal counsel.
Oh, okay. So they gave us their findings
Yes.
regarding that. So with their legal counsel, did they find that there's no deficiency on their nurses' part on their findings?
On their findings, it wasn't really specified, Madam Chair, but they did point out there was some deficiencies in their process.
Oh, they did say there's deficiencies in their process.
Yes. So our part is I want to specify what were their action interventions if they can put it in a note or submitting it to us.
Yeah, because the normal complaint process is we allow them to respond, the people that are, I guess, part of the complaint, right?
I did review this, Madam Chair, and I kind of backtrack on all the meetings from 2019. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I know you were the new ones that came in. I don't recall any action plan that was submitted from them.
From them?
Yes.
Yeah, so what, on the investigation side, what's our process? Because usually the process when a complaint comes to us, we then request the affected parties to submit their written response. Because we don't want to like we're just
yes
addressing the complaint.
So on the response that we got, it was only this year. I didn't see any responses at all since 2019. Again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I did my...
Sorry, Dr. PJ, Madam Chair, correction, the complaint was submitted in 2020.
Okay. Thank you.
And there are responses from all the nurses.
Also, we have responses from the nurses as to what happened. And then, okay, so from there, with their legal also had a response, right? Rihanna, thank you for that information.
Okay, Bree.
Did their legal department say that there's no deficiency found in their investigation of the complaint?
I believe like Dr. PJ said, there is deficiencies, but I believe they provided, I'm just taking a look at the record. There is...
Yeah. They provided a mitigation plan, just to be clear.
That's correct.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good. So they have the mitigation plan. And is there anything else that the board needs to do regarding this case to verify if their mitigation plan has been successfully completed and any deficiencies or training that needed to be done has been completed? Just so that we can close the case. And do we need guidance from our legal attorney?
So what it is, Madam Chair, because we procured an off-island investigator, we have that information that the board can go to. But ultimately, like Dr. PJ said, even with that recommendation, it's really ultimately up to the board. So today you can decide if that's what you want. You want to close, and the board can decide on follow-ups for the hospital, on the plan, or whatever you decide today. But yes, it has been a very long time, and we owe the complainant
a response. Yes. So legal, the third party made a recommendation already on how to proceed with this case.
That is correct. But ultimately, again, it is up to the board to adopt that recommendation or basically deny the and with Dr. PJ's comments regarding having a follow-up with the hospital, that's something you can do.
I see. Oh, okay. So now did Brianna, you've been there for quite some time. So this recommendation from the attorneys, the third-party attorneys, does that need to be public and then approved and have a motion to approve that?
No, Madam Chair, it's not public record. It's an investigation record, and it's not made available for the public.
All right. So
I know the board's role would be really on what course of action you would like to ask or request from the hospital or the nurses, or overall you close the complaint, but really this is what you do today.
Yeah, I know that there's been extensive meetings that have occurred with this case in which I wasn't involved. So based on the meetings that have occurred on this one with the recommendation from the attorneys, did our board members, whoever was in charge, I think Greg was in charge, right? Did we...
Greg was the latest investigator, and maybe Mr. Greg, you can give them a little...
Maybe
okay.
You can make a recommendation to post it, Greg.
Yeah. Okay. you're right. It's drug on. The reason it's drug on is because basically everybody's afraid to make a decision. The attorneys are involved, and you don't want to make a mistake, right? So, and that's what it sounds like, kind of going back and forth with today. So, I think PJ had an excellent recommendation, and that is the two nurses that were identified to have deficiencies in the expert report. You ask the facility, have there been any more problems, right? Is this a pattern? And if you establish that it's not a pattern, then really, I think it's time served. Because if you think about the nurses that have been named in this complaint, and there weren't two, that's why there's like 8 or 9 cases. I mean, everybody. So, think about that hanging over your head for 6 years, right? Not only is it terrible, it's a terrible thing that happened, right? It's terrible. And we all feel the gravity of that. I mean, there's been, Facebook posts. It. The intent is make healthcare safer on Guam. The GMH had instituted a mitigation plan, and to my understanding, it was implemented and has been effective. And the nurses involved, I mean, there was no gross negligence, but it was a system problem. So this is just my opinion. I think the path forward that TJ has, PJ, I had a family member named TJ. Sorry.
Okay.
Anyway, I think the plan that he has put forward to ask the facility if this is a pattern. If they come back to us and say no, then I think that kind of closes it. I don't know that it needs to continue.
All right, so we just need a closure from the facility to submit to us the action plan that they have implemented to prevent it from recurring again. And
Madam Chair, sorry, I just want to clarify. All of those are in the letter, Dr. PJ. I'm rereading it once more, and it states it's not recurring. They actually have a detailed regarding the nurses. So.
Oh, okay, so they've met with the nurses involved, and have an action.
They have an action plan. They've also implemented system-wide improvements to enhance the safety and quality of pediatric care.
Oh, great. Okay, so Greg, based on that, do you recommend that this case be closed, or does it still need further monitoring?
I recommend it be closed. I know that may be unpopular, but we've taken a look at this over and over again, and it's one of the reasons that it's just very hard to be in your position, Gia. So that's my recommendation. The board can go with it or not.
Okay, so can we hear a motion based on that recommendation? Anyone?
Madam Chair, I make a motion to close the following cases, given that there was a mitigation plan submitted already. So to close the case of GBNE CO20007/1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7.
Do we have a second?
This is Greg Woodard. I second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Those not in favor. Okay, then it's been approved to close the case as suggested by Dr. PJ. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. PJ, for all the work, and Greg, of course, for all the work that you've done on this case.
Actually, also thank you from the previous board members and as well as to our current board members. We did approach this in a team collaboration, team effort.
Yes, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Dr. PJ. Okay, we can move on. New business. UOG BSN student inquiry